Okay. After the class done, I will save it and then I put in a canvas just in case we want to go over this again. So my name is Dimitrios Cruz. I am gonna be a teacher for kitchen bath design. As you can see, I'm a foreigner. I have a little bit accent or a lot of accent. If you don't understand what I say, please let me know. I can repeat, okay? I'm originally from Brazil. I'm an industrial designer degree. I have a master degree in architecture and I've been working with interior design since 1990. And then I have experience working with schools and trade school in my country. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I came to this country because my wife is American, and then we're living there and decided to move to US, and then I started my life again here. So I'll be a teacher for kitchen and bath design. I did this class last year in 2019. It was really interesting because it was my first experience teaching in the US and was awesome. And because I teach online or teach presential, we could develop some how to say, methodology for this class. And then I want to share to you what I want to do with you this year, the way I want to work with you guys. And then I have some materials to show now, and then a small presentation about this class. So basically, for this course, we want to use these two books, Kitchen Planning and Bath Planning, from this association, National Kitchen and Bath Association. We need to know the guidelines the National Kitchen and Bath Association state for us. So it's important to go over this book, to pay attention what they say, the way we have to design, how to approach the customer, how to make your project functional for all kinds of people, all kinds of needs. So we don't need to be scientists to make this project. Everything you have to do is to use the material, to use all this knowledge they already prepared for us. So obviously this book, as you can see, it's really big, it's really thick. We don't need to memorize. It's something we have, you should keep in your shelf, and on and off we will consult during this class and during your entire life as a professional. This is a rule for everything. When you start to design, when you become a professional, we will gather a lot of materials related to products, related to new technologies. We always have to update your knowledge because the company is always developing new technology, new materials, and you have to know what is in the market. So it's normal for us to have to gather a lot of materials, to have a lot of books, manuals, etc. And this book will be the same. It's something for you to consult on and off. So I want to show this, how we want to make this class for this year. Can you see? Let me see. There you go. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's a timeline. As you can see, we have all the dates here. And then for this first, because I want to make this class like that. I want to, because we have two projects for us to do this year, this course. One for kitchen and the other for bathroom. So like last year and the other tutor before me, I will split this semester in two. The first 2 months, we will work with kitchen design. And then these are the dates we have for this project. As you can see, today we'll talk about the program, about the course. I'll do some introduction about kitchen design. I won't give you any kind of quiz, only some research online. But for the next weeks, as you can see, we start to go over all the knowledge in the book. And then until the September 26th, we have some classes like there's today related to the chapter of the books. And then you have to do these quizzes, okay? And then at the end of the these 2 months for the midterm, we need to have this project. I will show the project, how this project will look like, okay? But because it's a project, we need to design a kitchen. It's good for us to start to work in this project since the beginning. But as you can see, the last 3 days before the midterm, I think the midterm will be here, October 19th. I'm not sure. I need to ask my boss when it's gonna be the midterm. I just divide the semester in 2. I leave 2-3 days open for you guys totally dedicated to the project, okay? So the beginning, I don't want, I want the chapters, I want the quiz, but I won't demand that you make everything every week. You can give me everything at the end of the 2 months. Don't need to rush, don't need to be stressed. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a lot of information, a lot of assessment. As you can see, we have only two tasks to do during this time. The project itself, the kitchen project, and the quizzes. Only that. We won't have any kind of test, any kind of nothing. Because this is already, in my opinion, a little bit heavy, because you need to go over the chapter and need to answer this quiz. It's about 5, depends on the chapter, have some 5, some chapter have 5 questions, other have 8 or 9. Anyways, it's something can be a little bit heavy, but it's not too much for you guys. But you need to study this chapter because they are really important for you to do the project correctly, okay? And let me go back to the screen. I'll go back to the screen.
Demetrius?
Yes?
So a couple of questions. When will you have your PowerPoints on Canvas?
After this class, I will put the PowerPoints there.
Okay, and then on September 7th, we actually have a national holiday.
Oh, really? September 7th?
Yes, yes.
Good to know. So I need
Labor
to.
Day.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. September 7th, okay. 7th, holiday. So I need to change it. Can you see me or only I can see you?
Yes.
Okay, because I only show this here. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can change this now. Okay, as you can see this page 2 here now? No? No. My share. Let me go back to the screen. Stop sharing. Okay. Okay, I will have to make this change. September 7th, holiday. So maybe I will make this change and update it in the comments. Okay, thank you for helping. This is a good point. I like to work like that. I always tell my students, I'm a designer and you guys are designers. Imagine that situation. We are in a big office. The difference among me and you, it's because I have more experience. I'm older and have more experience. But you guys have the same competence. You guys have the same, more intelligence, more vigor, so you can do a lot of stuff. And then we work as a team. Feel free, please, to give ideas. Feel free to correct if you see something you don't agree or it's not possible for you. Feel free to tell me if when I write, if I'm not write correctly. So it's a team. There's no reason for you to be, okay, I cannot talk like that. Talk, just make me more comfortable, feel more comfortable with you guys. So I'll be totally open for you to hear your opinions and ideas. All right, for this, I have to change this, and I will change this week. And then I want to start with the presentation, okay? So the presentation about the project. Let me put here the presentation. There you go. Open this. Oh, there you go. Kitchen bathroom design. Okay, for this project, I will explain what this project looks like, what I want in this kitchen and the bathroom for the next 2 months in terms of projects. The project, second the National Kitchen and Bath Association, and this is normal any company because you need to use this system, it consists in title block, title page, construction plan, floor plan, mechanical plan, elevation, and perspective drawing. Don't panic. It's gonna be simple. The name is a little bit weird, but as you can see, it's not a big deal. I will explain each one for you. And by the way, I upload in our Canvas today an introduction about kitchen and bath presentation. It's in PDF. You can see in the module 1 today this name. I will show you after. So we can download it, print it, and read this material. This material explains what is title block, how to make a title block, make a title page, construction plan, floor plan, and etc. But I will briefly show now for you, okay? That's be the methodology of my teaching. We have the chapter, we have the subject we need to go over, but not only the book. I'll get the book and I condense everything in a presentation and then introduce to you. It'll be easy for you when you go to the book because you know I read before because I told about it and then we discuss about it. When you go to the book and start to read, you will remember everything we talk in this class, okay? So title block. This is a title block. As you can see, all the technical drawing, imagine this is your paper, you have this frame, and the title block is this here. It comes with the name of the company we work. We can use NKBA, or if you want, last year the people put the Santa Barbara City College logo, and has your name, has the quantity of sheets involved in this project, the name of the author, the name of the drawing, and the signature of the customer. This is a little bit more professional, but I need to explain you. All the project you want to do in your future life, you have to put this title block. But these title blocks is a way to communicate for a customer what is in this drawing, the scale you're using, the quantity of project you have, the name of the people involved in this project. Probably you have an architect work with you, senior architect, his name will be there, he'll be the guy who will do the evaluation, and your name, and obviously the name of your customer. And it's a really important type for you guys. Professionally, all the design, all the drawing you do for your customer, when you finish the project, you have to present to your customer. And you need to show all the details for your customer, and they have to sign each paper. Because once they sign it, and once we start to do the production, we cannot stop because the guy said, oh, I have a second thought, I want to do something different. No, because it just started. And then if something in the future happen, and the guy said, I don't agree with this, no. I show you in the paper, I show you in the project, I explain and you sign it. So be aware about this. This is really important about the signature of your customer. So I will put some examples for you guys. In the book, we have some example of title block, but this is the basic, all the project, all the drawing we will do now for this class, we have the same title blocks. One will be there for elevation, another will be for the floor plan, another gonna be for the rendering, etc. Okay. So title block is like that. We can have a title blocks at the right side. We can have the title blocks at the bottom or completely at the right side. Why only at the right side and at the bottom? Because this part here we use to bound in a binder. So we cannot put any information here because this is like a orientation of the page. So we can choose the way we want. Most of the students, they choose this traditional here, but I have some students, I can show them, they use this system. Anyways, feel free to do the title block the way you want. Just one question. I have to do this question for you guys, please. You are studying kitchen design, kitchen bath design with me now. And as you can see, my class demands a project. My question is, do you guys already study technical drawing before?
Can you repeat that? Because you kind of went in and out.
Because you have to do this project in my class, my question is, did you guys already study technical drawing? You have a class, technical drawing, before my class?
I have.
No? You have? Everybody have a class? Technical, are everybody familiar with technical drawing?
Yes, I am.
Yes, okay. I need to ask it because last year I have a student, they still was doing my class and at the same time learning technical drawing at the same time. It was a little bit challenging because I need to teach the technical drawing for the student at the same time he was designing the kitchen and the bathroom, okay? So if you guys are familiar with technical drawing, you know what I'm talking about title blocks, about this margin, about this, everything related to here. Okay, this is the title page. The title page is the cover page to set or project document. It includes the client's name, a list of drawings. These are the drawings. You need to do a floor plan, a construction plan, a mechanical plan, elevation. Don't go with ceiling softing plan. I don't ask for ceiling softing plan and rendering. This is really good because it's like a book to show to the customer. And then most of the people like to put a small artistic drawing at the left side of the cover of the title page, so the customer will see what is inside. So this is an example of a title page from a company I found online. See how this architect also made his title page. See, there's the name of the residence, the index of the drawings inside, the address of the customer, etc. So feel free to make the way you want. If you want to use a picture with color, you can use. If you want to use anyways, it's up to you. It's more artistic, okay? So the title page is the cover page of this the set of the drawings, because after this page, you have all the drawings inside. Okay, construction plan. A typical construction plan shows both the existing condition of the structure, the existing wall, and the change to be made. In our case, we can, for example, we don't agree which kind of project we want to do, but let's talk about this now before I go over this construction plan. Last year, some students choose some people in their family or friends to do the design. My boyfriend's house, my cousin's house, etc. Because we have this pandemic, I don't think it's a good idea you do anything like that. So we can use your own place if you want. And then everything we have to do in this construction plan is to measure and make your kitchen the way it is. How the size is your kitchen plan, for example. Because after this, we'll start to design the new plan after this construction plan, and then I'll show you. So do you guys have an idea about this project? Do you want to use your own space, or are you planning to use somebody else's space, some friends or relatives? Let's talk about that.
I want to use my own.
Your own, okay. I suggest everybody want to use your own space. Say yes. Yes? Yes, yes. I agree. Yes, okay. I agree with that because we avoid to go in somebody else's house and break some rules related to the COVID-19. So no problem. So, and then you choose your place. And then you start to measure the place and make the floor plan, the construction plan, what you have there, or the measurement, if you have a windows, if you have a door, if you have a wall, etc. And this will be the start of this project.
Excuse me, teacher.
Uh-huh.
Just like if I choose to do my place, so my place is like combined kitchen and dining room together.
No problem. We can make, for example, if your kitchen is combined with the room, you can make an open kitchen, and then it's gonna be the living or the dining room won't be included. But we can resolve this problem. Okay, it's a combined kitchen with the living room or the bedroom.
With the dining room.
The dining room. So no problem. You can do
not
that.
Separated.
Yeah.
The space is enough for only one of them. The space is only enough for two, for both to be in the same place.
I see, I see. So we can do that, no problem. But I don't need to go in another space and then say, okay, this is the table for the dining room. No, don't need to go there. Just stay in the kitchen. After this slide, I'll show the types of kitchen, and then this will open your mind for the solution you have. I like it. This is a challenge. And believe me, when you start to work, you face a lot of challenge. So this is a typical construction plan I get in online as well. See how the architect or designer did. He used there's no other elements here, only the walls, only the construction. As you can see, there's no sink, no range, nothing. It's the way the construction is. That's the first step. How big is the construction? Where do you have the windows? Where do you have the door, etc. After that, you will start to put all the elements related to the interior design, like sinks, range, countertop, etc. So this is an example how the construction plan is. Second, a professional I found online. And then we have a floor plan. Now, this is your design. When you do the floor plan, is the way you want your kitchen. First, you made that construction plan, and after that you make the floor plan. But I need to highlight one thing: we never skip from this to that. As you can see, we have a lot of information here, and this is the project itself. Before you do the floor plan, believe me, you have to do a lot of sketch in your hands with a sketchbook, for example. Because you have the measurement of your kitchen here. This is your measurement of kitchen. This is the reality you have. That's the size you have. That's the window. This is the door, etc. But which kind of kitchen I will put in this place? A L shape, a U shape, a Ranger, a refrigerator. This is the most interesting part of the design, because we don't start to do the floor plan before we plan everything in terms of sketch. And then I will talk about that for you. Now I just showing how your project will look like, the format of the project, but the way we will design it, I will show along with this class. Okay, so let's move on. So this is your floor plan. And then after you do a lot of sketch, after you do a lot of research, you go over all the manufacturer manuals. You decide you want to have a kitchen in L shape. You want to have a sink here. You have an island, and you have a table with the 2 chairs here. And you arrange your refrigerator to be here. You arrange to be there, etc., etc. But everything here, you don't draw. Actually, you design it before in sketchbooks, going over all the examples, discussing solution. It's a long process from here to there. So this is example floor plan. As you can see, the guy chose to put the sink close to the windows, and he put the stove here in the corner, the stove in the corner, the microwave here. And as you can see, it's really important to have the floor plan, this here. On the right side of the floor plan, each element, each appliance, etc., has a number. And after the number, you write the name of the appliance, of the fixture, or the everything we put in our kitchen. So it's easy for us to do the identification, okay? And this is the floor plan. After you take long time planning, designing, sketching, testing, etc., etc. We just don't skip from the floor, for the construction plan to the floor plan like that. We need to think, okay, should I put the kitchen here or there? Probably this guy, during the process, he was thinking different solution, maybe in U, maybe in corridor, maybe the sink is gonna be here. Do you understand what I talk about? The idea just don't come to your mind like that. There's a process. This is really important. And this process, it's who makes this process more rich and more, not complicated, but more intense, is your customer. Is your customer older people? So you need to think about height of the countertop. Is your customer a single guy? So if a single guy, does he need a six burner stove? Is your customer a family of 5 where they gather together in the kitchen? They like to do everything in the kitchen, so maybe I need the island. Do you understand what we talk about? So your profile, the profile of your customer will drive you to the style of the kitchen you have to design. And we'll talk about this in the next slide, not this slide here. Okay. And this is the mechanical plan. This is the most complicated, but it's really important. But this is the plan which shows all the fixtures, all the installation. So typical mechanical plan shows plumbing, lighting, electrical, heating, and ventilation information. So don't be scared with this, because this is just an example as I showed you, but for us, it will be as simple as possible. And this, I don't want you to do any kind of change in your project. For example, if you have a sink here, don't move the sink for another direction, because when you do something like that, change plumbing, change electrical system, we don't work together. We have a team with us. We have electrical technicians, we have a plumbing technician, we have an architect, and everything, a lot of actors, a lot of players are involved in this process. So for us, be simple. Keep the way it is, your layout the way it is. Just make the design, just exercise the design, only that. And then after that, we will be more, we have more knowledge to make something more complicated. But for our class, don't fly it so high, because you don't have a lot of time as well. So this is another mechanical plan. As you can see, shows the fixtures, how many fixtures you put in the ceiling. As you can see, the mechanical plan shows not only the layout, the floor plan, but shows the ceiling too. These here are the fixtures in the ceiling. This is the wires, the ceiling. This is the jack, this is the switch, this is the outlet. So everything it's showing here, because I have a refrigerator here, I need to have an outlet here. Because I have a sink here, I need to have a faucet here, I need to have a plumbing here. So in mechanical plans shows all the structure of the kitchen. Elevation. This is more artistic. This will show only the cabinets. So imagine the elevation different from the other plans. When you see your kitchen or your bathroom from the top, imagine you're in a helicopter or in a drone. That's you see from the top. Elevation, when you see inside the kitchen or the bathroom, like as a natural observer. So this is a wall. And this shows the cabinets and the appliance. And the elevation only shows the kitchen with the dimension of 4 sides, the height, and the width. We don't have the depth. So this is the moment when your customer will see how his or her kitchen will look like, more close to the reality. Because only when you show here, for most of the customer, it's like, oh my gosh, what does it mean? Most of the people, they don't know technical drawing. So we need to explain everything. But when you go to elevation, it starts to be clear for a customer. Ah, okay, this is the kitchen, this is the appliance, okay, the microwave, this is my cabinet, okay, 4 doors, we have this door here, we have my window here. So he starts to understand how the kitchen will look like, but doesn't show any artistic design, only more technical. This is another example of elevation. So if you have, for example, a cabinet here and another cabinet here, we need to do 2 elevations, one for this wall, another for this wall. If we have another cabinet here, another here, and another here, we have to do 3 elevations. For each wall, we have to do 1 elevation, okay? This is another elevation. As you can see, the interior elevation is a 2-dimensional drawing of the interior wall as you are facing it. All walls with cabinet, the side of the island, and any built-in items and architectural features need an elevation to show how they will look when installed. And then after that, after the elevation, the artistic part, when the grand finale, when the customer saw everything technical, that's the presentation, the perspective drawing. because provide three-dimensional view of the room. And this is more, like say, more accessible for the customer. Now he start to understand, oh, nice, I can see, that's the way it is. So we have a lot of ways to do this. You can use manually like this. We can use a pencil, a paper, or can use a computer like that. So this is the end of your project. And this is where we show more details, where we show more artistic view, because believe me, this is where we sell the project. Until here, the customer will be, yeah, okay, nice, yeah. But when it goes here, they go, oh, now I can see, wow, cool, I like these knobs, wow, I can see, I can imagine me here, cooking here. So it starts to travel in your project. So pay attention to the artistic perspective, because this is the top seller. That's why some people like to make this. At the beginning of the project, they like to put a small part here just to make the customer to think about the project. Wow, I can see here, but he was totally involved in this, but he need to go over all these details first. And after that, after explain everything, explain all the details, all the electrical parts, all the size of the cabinet, etc., and then you show the perspective, and then okay, now the customer like it. So as you can see, that's gonna be your project: an elevation, a floor plan, a construction plan, a mechanical plan, elevations, and your perspective. Basically, gonna be 6 sheets only that. And because the time is short, we don't need to make something really complicated. So let's talk about another thing. We can back here if you want to have any questions, but there's one really important aspect we need to talk with you tonight. Portfolio. Why we're asking for portfolio? Because I will show in my grade, I put portfolio to be evaluated. Portfolio is really important for you. It's really important for us. As a designer, you need to understand one thing: designer, architects, etc. To have a good resume, it's really important. Build your resume really well. But when you go for a job interviewing, what they will ask first, what they will look closer will be your portfolio. Architects and design with no portfolio, most of the time they're in trouble. So since now in your school, you start to gather all the projects you have, make it nice, and file everything in a portfolio. Because when you go for a job interview, that's gonna be the main document they will ask for you. All the architect or design ask for, okay, your resume is really cool, you speak 8 languages, I know you travel around the world, you have this, blah, blah, blah. I want to see your portfolio. And then when you open the portfolio, that's make total difference. So this is a good example portfolio. This lady put here the design she did. She just put it in the floor plan of the room she made, the interior design in perspective, and some materials. So she created a lot of informations and a lot of colors, and to show to her client or her future boss. Another example of portfolio, this lady, she used here, as you can see, the technical drawing, and she put together some elements she used in the design. She take pictures, you can use it, you can paste, you can copy and paste some information from the website. This chair is gonna be here. This is the fixture is here. This is another fixture is there. And she has some information here. As you can see, portfolio is really artistic. And a portfolio is really personal. After the class, I'll ask you, everybody, to go online and search for portfolio. For you, start to design, to develop your own. And once again, when you start to develop a portfolio, keep it forever, because it's gonna be your main document for the rest of your life. If you change the job, if you change if you want to go interview for a different place, they will ask, okay, show me your portfolio. So pay attention. I lost mine Unfortunately, I lost everything. It's horrible. So I have to start all over again, call all my old boss. Oh, do you have a picture? Do you have a this? And I start to gather. Imagine, I started to work in 1989, 1990. Everything I saved was in my file, and I moved to a different house. When I leave that house, I forget all my portfolio in the attic of the house. After 2-3 years, I remember where are my portfolios. So was there abandoned, so I totally forget, and then I lost everything. Please don't do that. Take care of a portfolio. And academic project can be included in a portfolio, not only professional. It counts. All the job, all the assessment you did in Santa Barbara City College, you file, you make it really cool, and you present for your future interview for the rest of life. Everything. Since you start in the school, in your first job, your second job, just keep everything in your portfolio. Okay. Okay. Another important material we have to do for design. Remember when we start to talk at the beginning of the class, I said something about the floor plan and then the project itself. Remember I was talking about this here. Construction plan and floor plan. From here to that, you have to do this here. This is the most exciting part of the interior design. Mood plan, mood board. What is mood board? Mood board is, it's artistic material. We gather all kind of information you want to put in the project. And who gives you all the information is your customer. My customer likes, for example, yellow. And then I choose this subway yellow tile. I choose this pattern. I look at this material to put in the wall. So mood board, all the interior design work with that. You have your own style, but it's a let's say it's not a document. It's a material where you got all the information, everything you want to include in the design. I like to work like that. For example, this mood board, this designer put all the color scheme here, the color palette here. And as you can see at the bottom, she used a picture of the floor she chose for the customer. She used a picture of the rug she chose for this customer, the color of the wall this side, the color of the wall the other side. So the good thing is, the trick is when you do a mood board, I like to do like that. If it's floor, I put in a mood board everything related to the floor, like flooring, rugs, etc. at the bottom. Everything related to the color, the wall, I put in the middle. And everything related to the ceiling, like fixture, I put on the top, exactly to show to the customer how it will look like. It's not a presentation for your customer. It doesn't go in your project necessarily, but it's something you show to your customer before. Because when you talk with your customer about style, about needs, about his cultural background, etc., you got a lot of information. And then all the time you talk with the customer, you pay attention to your customer, the way he dressed, the way he decorated his house, because everybody shows a little bit of his own taste. And then as a designer, if you have opportunity to talk with a customer in his or her house, pay attention in everything he has in the house, because they show the color they like, the part that they like, the style they like, etc. And then when you create a mood board, you create a mood board second this view, the way everything he told to you and everything you notice from him. And then you show the mood board for your customer. I think for you, this floor will be totally okay because your house is small, so we need something lighter and shiny. And I like these two seats with this color, so you can discuss to your customer everything he needs. This mood board is dynamic. We can change on and off until the customer say, okay, I like this color in this wall, I like this color in this wall, I like this pattern, this flooring here, etc. And then after that, we start to design. We start to put everything in a floor plan. We start to put everything in elevation. Do you understand? This is the more artistic part of the design, because design is like that. We have to draw. We have to do technical drawing. But 70% of the time of the design is not drawing. 70% of the time of the design is creating, it's researching, it's talking with the customer, coming and going back to the customer all the time and showing samples of fabric, showing samples of curtains, showing samples of city, etc. You discuss your customer all the time, solutions he wants. After that, when you finish all this information, and then you feel free, you have material to go to your plan and start to design everything the way he wants. So this is a process, it's a long process. You should have a class to talk about project methodology. It's not my class, I could teach that, but we don't have time for it. But I need to show you the way it works. So you don't just go from one plant to other plant without all this information, because okay, you have the space, you made the measurement for the kitchen you want for the customer, but which countertop you want to use, which kind of flooring you want to use, vinyl, laminates, etc. What kind of color you want to use? Are you sure your customer like this color? So everything comes from the customer. The customer gives the information, but you need to show the options. We show the options for the customer. I think for your space, you need to go with this and this because of this. It's a small space. I suggest lighter color. This is the part of color I suggest, and this is the part I suggest for you. What do you think? And then he can pick, he can choose, and then you start to select. Now for your kitchen, I think you deserve this kind of countertop. You need to use a synthetic material, etc. You need to use this appliance. You need to use this. You start to suggest everything. We just show the options, explain why we will choose that. And then he will choose. And after he chooses, you put in a mood board. And then after that, you do the design. This is another type of mood board. As I told you, this guy, he just cut and paste the informations, all the elements he liked for this office. As you can see, he put this rug at the bottom, but don't think about, okay, need to be perfect, because a mood board necessarily don't need to represent the reality, like the perspective. It's just a way the guy designed this mood board. I have a student last year, he just used collage, piece of material. He paste piece of material, the curtain, he brought a piece of tile and put in the bottle, he get a piece of vinyl floor and put in the bottle, and he take a picture of the chair he likes and paste there. He make it like a big mosaic and show this is gonna be my kitchen, this is gonna be my bathroom. So this mood board, it's a compass for you to design. So feel free to make the mood board the way you want. So I suggest for you to research about not only for portfolio, but research mood board as well. Start to research tonight online. What mood board? What is mood board? And see. Go in Google and click mood board. Image. You see a lot of style mood boards. So you will develop your own. But don't panic, because you will start now. You're a student, so you can make something you don't like now. But believe me, it's a process. Every time you do, every time you make a new one, you develop, you increase, you improve your style, you improve your mood board, you improve your drawing, etc. This is a school, this is a college, this is a place where you can commit some mistakes, and that's no obligation to go over. No, make this, make that, it's not correct. So this is the moment you can make any mistakes. You can't, because you are learning. But when you go to the professional life, you cannot make, okay? So, for this job, I put this picture here. Why? Because again, we only have 2 months. And as Juan showed me, we have a holiday coming. So I need to change the program. So let's be simple, but be original and be creative. I like this kitchen, because look at this kitchen. It's small. There's not a lot of luxury. Personally, I don't like luxury. I think luxury doesn't have anything to do with aesthetic. Some people may make mistakes, especially not designer, not architect, ordinary people. They think aesthetic is related with luxury. No, we can have a clean design and be totally aesthetic. So be simple, because first, that's the trend nowadays. A lot of people don't want a lot of complicated design. They don't want anything so luxury. They want something more simple. That's why IKEA, it's booming now, because people like that clean design. And because the time is short. So be simple. You can be simple. You should be simple during these 2 weeks because you are learning. And then go choose something small. Be original. Why original? Because guys, you start to train your originality. When you go to the process of creativity, we always look at magazines. We always go over internet. We go and look at what the other designer doing. This we call inspiration, not copy. Inspiration. So when you go over, after you do the motherboard, after you understand what your customer wants, after you understand your customer needs, you gather all the information you need, you start to make a second step. Go online, gather magazine, and start to make a collage of the different solutions the design architect did. So this is not for you to copy, but it's for you to use as a model, to inspire you. And then believe me, when you do that, you create your own style. Because, okay, we need to respect the customer needs, we need to respect the customer culture, we need to respect the way he wants, but you can put a touch there. This touch, this originality will be your signature. Anyone want to go to that kitchen, that belt, they know, oh, this is Oscar Niemeyer, this is Frank Lloyd Wright. So, because they have its own style. So be original, exercise now. And the other really important, be creative. I strongly believe you're all creative. We are all creative. First of all, you guys are designers. That's why we're here. And creativity, it's in us naturally. So to exercise creativity, you go all the time in artistic exposition, listen good music, discuss with the people. Creativity, you have to feed the creativity with information, okay? And then I strongly believe you are creative. So look at this kitchen. It's small, something really small, something really simple, but this kitchen catches. So that's the proof. The luxury is not necessary. And that's the way I can show you something simple, simple furniture, simple pillows, simple plants or vase in the kitchen with this super clean cabinets, with this super clean stainless steel lighting, make total different. He works here, he plays here with these colors in the wall. He puts some information on the wall. So see, it's so small kitchen, but so pleasurable to be there. And that's the difference of the good design and the not good design. We can make something small but really interesting. And I strongly believe you guys will do that. And I will help you because during the course, we'll talk about creativity, we'll talk about aesthetic, I'll put examples, we'll discuss a lot of information, not in regard to the book, but regard to the design as well. But we do what we can do in this short time. So, be inspired. I use this Pablo Picasso picture at the background because I think Pablo Picasso is a good example of creativity. He broke all the rules in the last century. And he said, inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. So start working, start to sketch. One student sent me an email and she asked me, Dimitrios, what kind of material should I take to the class today? Should I use some square rules, etc. No, you don't need anything, just a notebook to take some notes. But for along this class until December, what you're gonna need, it's a sketchbook. Because all the design must have a sketchbook. And the sketchbook is the place where you sketch, you draw, you paste and glue some information. So sketchbook's important. And then what kind of presentation, what kind of instrument, what kind of tool I should use for this project. Now, another information. We are working online, so we cannot have a physical contact. So everything will be electronic, everything will be digital. So feel free to choose the system you want. Some people are familiar with AutoCAD. If you want to use another system, you can use. There's a system, a software I really like called SketchUp. It's really good. It's free and you can use it. It's really easy to use. It's not complicated like AutoCAD. But if you're not familiar with any kind of software and you want to draw manually, just draw technical manually with your pencil, etc. You can do it. But because you cannot hand it to me, I suggest do the design with your hand and scan it or take a picture. Where you can use some app in the cell phone. When you take a picture, convert the image in PDF, and then you paste in your portfolio. So you are totally free to choose the way you want to do this drawing. You can use, again, you can do it manually, or you can do it digitally. Use the system you want. I don't make any restriction. AutoCAD, SketchUp, whatever. There's a lot of free CADs available online, so feel free, okay? And then that's it. Let's have fun, because this is design. Design is having fun. It's not something complicated. It's not something you should think I'm overwhelmed because you want. It's something really light. Choose again something really simple, and then during this process, I will help you all the time. You can post what you did. If you make some sketch, send to me, make questions, suggestion, and I can post some links, etc. It's a dynamic process, okay? So, we talk about the presentations. Any questions?
Yes, so are we doing both a portfolio and a mood board?
No, the mood board, you don't need to present to me, but the mood board is something I suggest to have it, because it's, again, it will be a guideline for you. And for the rest of your life, when you start to work with your customer, the mood board is something you show your customer first. I think about this, I like this style. Look, what about this style? What about this style with this fabric? So your customer will see, because we cannot, in design, we cannot only talk, we need to show it. And for the customer, it's really important to see it. He can touch, oh, I like this skirt, I really like this fabric with these styles. Yeah, make a really combination, really contrast. So the mood board, it's your first job to start to move for a floor plan, but you don't need to show me. So,
Right, and what about the presentation board? Do we do that for you? Portfolio, I mean, do we do a portfolio page?
yeah, I will show a portfolio I did last year, put everything together, because we cannot have a contact physical. I was thinking like that. The last day, everybody can upload or can send me email the project. And then I can see. Maybe we can talk now about this. What do you think? What do you think? Let me show this again. Okay, this is gonna be, theoretically, it's gonna be our presentation, October 19th, because I think the military should be here, because I split the semester in two. What do you think for the presentation? Everybody has 5 or 10 minutes online to explain his project. Why it's important? Because as a designer, as an architect, talk in public is really important, because that's be part of your life. When you do a design, you have to present your customer. So present to the teacher is a way to exercise it. So my suggestion is, I did it last year with my students, but once again, it was online, it was face-to-face. 5-10 minutes for each one. They present in the PowerPoint and show all the process, the floor plan, the mood board, etc. Why he chose this, why he chose that. For 5-10 minutes, we can do this presentation. What do you think to do that? But online, I can put a moment in. I don't know how to do this in Zoom now, but you can upload. You guys can send to me ahead all the projects, and then we have a month for each one. Present the project. Do you think it's a good idea? You think it's possible?
Maybe.
For everybody. So we have a long time to think about that, because I was telling my boss, Armando, I said, Armando, that's what I was thinking. When I never did online class, special, and so it's like that. I feel like I'm in an airplane. The airplane is flying, and I have to learn how to land this airplane with the plane flying. So that's why I need to talk all the time. I know we cannot have a presentation. We cannot be together, unfortunately. but all the materials you can upload to Canva or send by email. Like the quizzes, you answer the quiz and upload the quiz, and I see the quiz, I grade. For this project, be the same, digital. If you want, my suggestion, not only upload the project, but has a month to explain the project. So it's gonna be Zoom again. So that's my suggestion. And if anybody think it's gonna be a problem?
Not too much. Oh, I have a question about the elevation.
Okay.
If you have a wall, like, you know, I've got kind of a U-shaped kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And so if I did one wall and my cabinets are going into both of those walls on both sides, how do I do an elevation? Do I cut through the right side and the left side?
Yeah, I'll show you now another slide for everybody about this. Just a minute. Yeah, we can. You have to cut it. No, not this. Let me see. Just a minute, okay? This. Ah, there you go. This here. Let me see if I can share this. This. I'll talk about kitchen, and then we go over these details. So kitchen, it's a workspace that was separate from the social space of the home. But now, more than ever, it's part of the environment, like Fadi. My house is a small apartment, and the kitchen is integrated with the dining room. So the people gather together there. So it's a space where we can have a more social activity besides cooking. So some kitchens now gather different tasks, not only cooking. As you can see now, some kitchens, because the space is small, integrate the laundry area together. Believe this is not a mobile home. This is a original home. So all of this is need to take consideration, because that's the big trend nowadays in these markets. The space is decreasing because the cost of life is so big, people cannot afford to buy a big house, and people start to go smaller and smaller. So the big trend now is to integrate all the environments, to make multifunctional furniture, etc. So it's something we need to take consideration when you design. So Eric, when a kitchen is considered part of informal living space, a different arrangement becomes necessary. Now people can study in the kitchen, people can watch TV in the kitchen. My daughter, my young daughter, she did her Zoom class in the kitchen, in the countertop of the kitchen, because she just wake up and stay there, and then my wife's there cooking, help her all the time. So kitchen is such to the part. I'm in the bedroom, but my daughter in the morning she was in the kitchen. So whether or not the kitchen is considered a work area or social space may also influence what type of arrangement is planned. So I'll show you the type of kitchen we have. We have a different type of kitchen, and then we should go over this in the next class. We have the one is called closed arrangements. Closed arrangement indicates that the kitchen is probably best suited for one cook who works in isolation. And the most common is the U-shaped kitchen. This arrangement has two parallel cabinet and counter work areas with a third area joining them. forming as arrangement similar to U, like this here. And in your case, if you have a U, if you go, you have to do elevation, you have to do this. You have to cut the floor in two and put one arrow showing A and another arrow showing B and another arrow showing 3. The A will show this wall. The B will show this wall and the C will show this wall. You have to cut to show all the walls for your customer. Yes, we have to do, okay?
It's all of the walls that have cabinets you want the elevations on.
Yeah, elevation shows exactly what you have the cabinets. You don't need to show anything beside that because this is the kitchen. But I have a dining room here, but your project only the kitchen. Show only the kitchen, unless this area is in the project. So you need to show everything. Make a cut here and show this wall and show this other wall and the table is set for the dining room. But it's not your case. You want to work only with the kitchen. So make it 3 cuts. If it's an L shape like this, you make a cut here and show this part, and make a cut here and show this part. You have to make cuts, definitely. So this is the U shape for the kitchen. They called closed arrangements. This is a type of U-shaped kitchen. This is really common here in US. And as you can see, the space is small. This is like, imagine the elevation. You want to show this space, this front for your customer, and this here, and this here, all of them in different sheets, okay? And only in the elevation only shows the height and the width. The deep we cannot see because it's a 2D only, height and width. Another closed arrangement is the parallel or gale kitchen. This arrangement offers 2 parallel cabinet counterwork areas, typically with a wall at the end, like this. This is a parallel kitchen when you have one counter here and another counter here. If you design something like that, your elevation will be like that. You make a cut here, an arrow pointed to this direction, another arrow pointed to this direction, and you put A and B, and the A will show this elevation, and the B will show this elevation, okay? This is a typical parallel kitchen. G-shaped kitchen. This is the closed arrangement as well. This arrangement is a wide U-shaped kitchen with a 4th arm turning back into the center, like this. It's like a U, but have this arm here, so make a G. It's not common nowadays because the space is not so big, but it's another option. As you can see, when you start to design, you have to think about these shapes, the kitchen. But who will drive me to the right shape of the kitchen? Your customer needs. If he's only by himself, if he doesn't need all this space. So we go over this later to show which one is more suitable for the type of customer you have. This is an example of G-shaped kitchen. Again, if you want to make a cut, if you want to make an elevation, I suggest in G-shape cut here and make an arrow here to show this facade. Another cut here, another arrow here, B, to show this facade, and another cut here with the arrow point to this side to show this facade. And then we have the 3 elevations. And open arrangements. They are more likely to be used if there are 2 cooks or if there will be several people in the kitchen area. But this is for big houses. Most of the time we don't see stuff like that. See, there's an island here. And most of the construction, they don't have space for an island. Some people told me the island start to vanish in the market because the space is not so big. So the vanish start to be more rare nowadays. So, and the L-shapement, another open arrangement, L-shaped kitchen. This arrangement has 2 arms of work areas joined together at one end to form an L shape, like this. In this case, if you make elevation, everything you have to do is cut here and put the arrow to show this facade, and another cut here, and another arrow here to show this facade, and that's it. This is a really good shaped kitchen if you have a small space, if you have an area integrated here with your living room or the bed or the dining room, something you can go there and all the time, so we don't have any obstacle here. This is really good for a small space, like this, for example. One wall kitchen. This arrangement puts all of work areas in one wall. This is the simplest and the easiest. When you have a really small, usually it's a mobile home or RV, they have a one wall plan. And as you can see, everything is here. The cooking area, the storage area, the cleaning area, everything in the same counter. So if you make a project like that, only one elevation is necessary. Just make a cut here and put arrow, and you have elevation on that. This is a wall kitchen. And corridor. Corridor is similar to parallel, but the difference is we have opening here. We have like a kitchen as a corridor. I think this is a little bit dangerous because if you have a living room here, if you have a open area here, kids can be running all the time. It's not good. I don't think it's safe to have this as a corridor because kitchen, it's a place with hazmat. It's a place where you work with heat, with fire, with sometimes something can be dangerous for everybody, for pets and kids. So this is one of the more critical when we have a corridor and people used to use as a passage. It's not good. So think about that. Kitchen is a place where you can store something poison. We have a fire. We have something dangerous. It's a workspace. So all the care when you cook, when you project something for the customer, okay? Because it's a work area, not only pleasure area. It's an example of corridor area, corridor kitchen. Okay, island open arrangement, island kitchen. A separate work area or island can be incorporated into most of these kitchen configurations, provided there is a room for the proper clearance in the work and traffic aisle. So as I told you, provided we have a room, but most of the time, as you can see now, this is something we don't see very frequently. The kitchen area is dramatically decreasing the size, so island will be something really rare nowadays, but it's something we need to think it does exist. If you make something elevation, I suggest you make a cut here and show this part, and make another cut here and show this part, make another cut here and show this part, and make a cut here to show the island in front of the counter. So again, when you start to design, talk with me, I can give suggestions because we have a 2-3 days free only for design, and any question about how to plan, how to do drawing, I'll be with you all the time to help out to do these plans, okay? It's an example of island. As you can see, it's more, there's an integration between kitchen and this area here. It seems to be like a living room or a dining room. See, it's really normal nowadays. So in your case, if you have a 5D, something like that, you don't need to show this area, just show the kitchen. I know your kitchen is integrated with the rest of the house, the rest of the room, but don't need to show the rest. Just show the kitchen, the project kitchen, okay? Okay, size of kitchen. This is really important for you to know. It will depend on the space allocated within a house, but it might also be a factor of number of cooks or other users in the kitchen at the same time. Research indicates that certified kitchen designers are designing kitchen in range that could be categorized as follows. Small kitchen, less than 150 square foot. Anything smaller than 150 square foot is considered a small kitchen. Medium kitchen, from 151 to 350. And large kitchen, greater than 350 square foot. This is really rare, but this is the way we rate the kitchens, okay? And the center concept. We have all the time 3 primary centers in the kitchen for food preparation: sink, refrigeration, and cooking. This make the point of the triangle. We have one point of triangle for sink, another point for refrigerating, and another point for cooking. We'll talk about the triangle arrangement later. And these topics to be considered: tasks and activities, take medications, user. When you go to the book, there's a moment we'll talk about assessment needs. Assessing needs. This assessing needs, we'll talk about this in the next class. There's a form the NKB suggests for us to know. If you see the form, I will upload this form for you. It's so busy. There's a lot of information about everything for the customers. I was talking with some professionals who work with kitchen design, and they say, I know this form, but most of us don't use everything is there. But for a student, it's important to know this form and to fill the maximum, because definitely we have something like that. We have all kinds of customers nowadays. We have elder people, they use the kitchen to take medications. We have people with problem with walking, etc. So everything will be there in this form, this assessing needs. So, and then as you can see, kitchen is not only a place for cooking. We do a lot of stuff in the kitchen besides cooking. So, and not only one people cooking nowadays. We have more people cooking. I help my wife on and off. Sometimes we cook together. She prepared the salad, I prepare this. So it's a workstation. So everything related to that will be in this form. So this will drive the kind of kitchen you will design, the shape the kitchen will design, the type of the furniture, the type of the cabinets, the type of the size of the appliance we want to put there, the lighting, etc. Everything will be considered second the necessity of your customers, okay? Floor space, storage is really important nowadays, because a lot of people like to need to storage more, and because this space is shrinking, we need to see all the options the companies who make cabinets offer for us, and the storage is crucial now. And then we'll talk about cabinets later. Work surface, the type of surface we want to use, etc. So as you can see, there is a kind of complexity in the project, but it's not like to design a spaceship. We're not designing something really complex. At this very moment, we go over all these details. We go over all these assessing needs, all the form, but when you start to work in your professional life, believe me, when you have a customer, all the customer you have in your future, you have to find all the information they will give to you, because information is crucial, it's important. And then when you have experience, when you start to work, this is the type I give to you, you make documentation of all the customer, everything you did, because this we call qualitative marketing, qualitative research. And who has this information, don't give to anybody, but you have during your professional life. So save everything, make all this organization of this information, because you can use the past information for the customer in your future customers. It's ongoing process, okay? And general kitchen they use for cleaning, all that, etc. So this material I will upload for you. So as you can see, we have a lot information to go over, but don't panic, because this is just introduction of design. The most important now is you know what you have to do. You know you have to do this here again. There you go. We have this here to do, okay? The project. That's gonna be your assessment for this first 2 months, and it's a dynamic. It's something pleasurable to do, and during this time, During this time, we'll start to talk about all the subjects, all the chapters of the book, okay? So for now, I finish the presentation and I pass the word for you. Any questions? I can hear you. I can hear you. No. You are, yeah.
Will you be helpful on how to do the perspective?
Yes, yes. So are you guys familiar with the perspective? Are you guys did any kind of class for a perspective or artistic drawing?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, no problem. So I will help you. Do you guys know the system called SketchUp? The software called SketchUp?
I don't know how to use it. But.
No? Okay. So I'll help you out. So it's something, it's a challenge for us. So regards the drawing, the technical drawing, everything, everybody here is comfortable? Yes, okay. Because, let me see. Okay, because the technical drawing, it will be during this time, you can start to design, send to me what you're doing, and then I can correct. But the first step, I know we have a lot to do. We have to go over the chapter for the next week. We have to study this information in the book, because this is something we have to use in a project. I suggest for you today, after the class, as you can see here, just a minute. Go online and search for kitchen size and shape and work centers, and start to save image to use in your mood board. Because that's the, let's say, that's the funniest part of the design, when you start to research. At this very moment, we don't have anything to do with the book, but for you to get more familiar with everything, I ask you to research about kitchen size and shape and work centers again, and start to save image for your kitchen. And then, because you guys, you use your own space, you can start, if you want, to measure the space. Just get a metal tape measurement and start to measure, and start to sketch this wall, this wall, this wall, and start to put this in a floor plan for you. It's be easy. That's the first step to do, but don't need to design technically, but just measure. And during this time, again, start to research kitchens, because you're gonna be your own customer, correct? So I know you guys know what style you want, your style, your color. You start to make a collage with all the information. For example, I like country. It's not my style, but just an example. And then look, go country kitchen, and start to make a selection of the image and paste in a separate sheet. Could be in Word, can be whatever, and start to make this documentation, everything you like about that style. And then this is the design process I'm talking about. In the same time, just take the measurement of the room, of the kitchen you want to design, and that's it. And the next class, we'll talk about this guy here, the principles of kitchen design, human factors. We'll talk about measurement, we'll talk about anthropometry, we'll talk about the size of the people, how it works, why this is really important for us to take consideration, because I have different people with different size, different needs, and we need to make our project access for everybody. Okay, we don't have a standard. We need to go and see, okay, for this customer, I cannot use the counter with this high. I need to use a shorter counter top, for example. This is something we'll talk about next class. And then again, I'm a little bit nervous, because it's my first time talk online. When I buy my face-to-face, I get more comfortable, because I can look with you guys, I can go in different table, we can talk more, but online is to be a challenge. So any problem with my talking? Do you understand what I talk? My accent is a big problem for you guys. Let me know.
No,
No?
it's not.
No? Okay. And then let me see. So far, so good. Any questions? No?
Can we make the title block pretty simple?
Can you make what?
The title block pretty simple?
Yeah, that blocks you can. I will suggest. Let me go back to my Zoom. The title block. Usually, I'll show one student did last year. Let me show my student presentation last year. This is my student from last year. So she did like that. This is the first. Okay, this is the cover sheet. And this is the name of the customer, what she did, wants to remodel guest bathroom, would like new paint color and wood floor, likes gray walls and light floor, would like more shelf storage for guests. See, she made the research. She used the access need to know this information. We go over that. And then she gets some images, she gets some pictures. She think it's okay after the interview with the customer. That's very important, the interviewing, that everything starts with the interviewing. We go to your customer face to face, look at the customer, here, a good designer make few questions and hear more. That's why I have 2 ears in 1 mouth, because we have to hear more and talk less. And when we talk, we make questions, precise questions, because we need more information. And she got a lot of information for this customer, as you can see, and she shows here. She likes, or the customer likes gray wall and light floor and would like more storage. Besides a lot of information she got. And then she get a lot of pictures. She showed Dimitri, I got a lot of pictures and show, but this was the catch the most. That's why she put in the presentation. And then she would show this for the customer, I like this color, like this style, etc. And then she started to design. She showed all the information, all the elements you want to put in this bathroom. She chose this round mirror. She chose these cabinets in the wall, in wood color. She showed this picture of the paint color she chose, etc. That's what we call the mood board. This is her mood board. And then she make the floor plan. See the floor plan the way it is. She, as you can see here, this is not a digital. She take a picture and scan it. If you don't have, if you're not familiar, once again, if you're not familiar with the AutoCAD, you want to use your hand to draw, we can do that. You can use a ruler, you can use a pencil, draw, and then scan it and put in your project. And she did the floor plan. And then she made the elevations, as you can see. See the floor plan, but she doesn't, she skipped from the floor plan direct to the floor plan or what the customer wants. She didn't put the construction plan. She missed the construction plan here. She skipped directly from the mood board to the for the floor plan. She forgot to put the construction plan, and she lost some points here. So the construction plan is important to show before. The construction plan shows the way it is now, and the floor plan shows how it will look like now after the project be done. So she showed the floor plan, she shows the presentation, but let me see if I can move this. There we go. See, can you see now the way she designed forget the name, the title plan? She used the right side. She put her name. She put the address. Yeah.
Pictures in the way.
Yeah, and she put the right side. You cannot use the left side, but this left side we use to space for the bind. Okay. And she put the dark side of the moon here. I think this is her logo. Anyways, this is the base information. So feel free to make this oh my God, I forgot the name again. Sorry. To make this the way you want. Some people put the logotype of the Santa Barbara City College. It's up to you. So we have a lot of options. don't feel free to make the way you want, but you need to follow the standard. Okay, this is the standard where the NKBA suggests. And once again, I upload for you one material. I will show this material for you to go over to read tonight or tomorrow about kitchen presentation, kitchen bath presentation. And again, this is the elevations, the material she chose. Here she lost a lot of points because she said, Dimitri, I was so overwhelmed. My mechanical plant, I have to do this way. As you can see, she did not make it according to the standard. And then, okay, I accept it because it was at the end of the year, but she lost a lot of points here. And then she used SketchUp. I think she used a SketchUp to make the rendering. And that's it. So, as you can see, I won't demand any kind of professional presentation because you are still learning, you are students. So, but do the best you can. Any questions, any doubts, get in touch. Not only by email. As you can see, I put something here in syllabus, and I show you. It's another suggestion, okay? Okay, let me move this here. There you go. Obviously, the canvas will be our classroom. We need to use the canvas. Canvas is awesome. There's a lot of tools for us to use, but because we're not connected to Canvas all the time. I'm work. I have another work, and probably you guys work. You have a lot of to do during the days. You can send me mail, but I cannot answer at the same time because I have a full-time job. And during this time, I cannot access my email. So I suggest I put my telephone number here. So feel free to send text message. If I possible, I can answer immediately. And I suggest this system here. It's just a suggestion. There's a system, there's an app, a free app we can install in a cell phone called WhatsApp. I don't know if you heard about this WhatsApp. This WhatsApp, you install on your cell phone, on Android, or can be, I think, Apple. So my telephone, everybody who has WhatsApp will be automatically signed to WhatsApp. So we can make a group in a WhatsApp. You can call this Fall 2020, and then it'd be easy for us to talk, to send a message. I can record message and send to you. Record voicemail. I can film myself, or I can type, or I can upload files. Anyways, it's something I suggest if you want to do, if you want to use, you can do it. I won't be mad if you get in touch with me by cell phone. But once again, because this process is we have this project to do. We have some short time. I use all the resources we have in hand to make easy for you. So feel free if you want to call me if you use WhatsApp, because I have WhatsApp my cell phone, and that's the system I used to talk to my family in Brazil all the time. Every day I receive a message. I lost my family related last week, and I know by WhatsApp what's going on. I send a message to my sister, my brother-in-law passed away. I send a message to my nephew. So it's a way to keep in touch all the time, because it's if you have an internet connection or 4G, all the message goes automatically. So I don't use the regular telephone. I can call using WhatsApp. So it's really good. Once again, because I have a full-time job, I cannot access my Canvas all the time, but my cell phone will be in standby. On and off, I go to my break room and look my cell phone. Oops, there's a message from Fadi. I have a message from Yamin. I have a message from Rosa. And then what's up? What's going on? Teacher, I have a problem here. I'm doing this design and I stop in this process. Can you help me out? Okay, what's going on? We can talk really fast. And I can send a message. I can send an example. Do you understand when I talk? So what do you think about this? Oh, everybody's so sad. Everybody's so shy.
Super.
Do you agree with that? So anyways,
Um,
it's here. My telephone number. Tell me.
Because I'm in the other country, so I cannot use a US cell phone, so
Oh,
I don't know how to solve that. Yeah.
I understand. So where are you from now? Where are you
Uh, I'm
now?
I'm in Myanmar.
Ah, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
but this WhatsApp, it's a it's a system, it's an app who makes it the communication possible. Because as I told you, I'm in US now, and my friend is in Brazil, and I use this all the time to talk with them. Just
Okay.
but it's just a suggestion because I'm not IT specialist. Probably I'll talk something it won't be possible for you, but because I have limitations using the canvas in my day by day, because once again I work, you can send me a message because you're desperate. I need to talk with the teacher now because I have a question, and I only will check my email 6 p.m., 7 p.m., probably will be sleeping. But if you send a message by WhatsApp, it'll be faster because ping, you show there, oops, yeah, me, it's called me. What's up? What's going on? That's the name of the app. What's up? Then I have a question here, teacher. I'm drawing my facade and I don't know how to do that. And then you can show me, you can film it, your cell phone, I can see online, okay, make the line here, put this line there. It will be, you can interact really fast. That's just a suggestion, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm totally open to be available for you guys all the time, all the time. That's my duty. That's my responsibility. I try to do, I will check my email every day now. Every day I'll check my email. Every day I will answer you guys. Doesn't matter. It could be 1 a.m., 6 a.m., 2 p.m., I will answer. But if you have like that, like I need to answer, probably I want to be available because I only can check my email when I get home in my time in California. I'll be home about 6:30 p.m. And then when I sit down, take my shower and open my computer, start to see all the email. Probably, oh my gosh, I just sent an email a long time ago and you didn't answer because I was not available, you know? So this WhatsApp or my cell phone or whatever will make it possible, especially for you, Yamin, because you are in another country and this will work. So try it, this WhatsApp, and then see if it works, if it's possible in your country, use it, because I think it's worldwide, everybody uses it, because most of the countries like Brazil, India use this system, because they don't need to use a regular telephone. Everything you need to have an international connection, and then you can call me with no long distance, because that's I talk with my family all the time. I use a phone, sometimes I film my kids, of my father, see, there's my kids, they're doing well, they talk with their grandpa, they wave, because I have a Wi-Fi in my house, and no extra cost, because it's use internet. So I'm totally open for you. And again, as you can see, I have office hours. Today I was from 2 a.m., no, sorry, 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. Oh my gosh, I will fix it, okay? From 2 p.m. California time, from 4 p.m., I'm available in this office hour every Monday. So if it's possible, talk with me. But if in your case, Yamin, if you cannot attend for this office hour because your time is different, you can send me mail or can send a text by WhatsApp, say, Dimitri, I need to talk with you. Can you arrange a different day, different time to talk with me? No problem. I can arrange for everyone here. Joan, Rosa, Fad, everyone. I'll be totally, just send me ahead, say, Dimitri, I need to talk with you. I'm having this question. I cannot attend for this office hour, or I cannot go to a class because I have this. Can you talk with me? I'll be totally, just send me the date when it's possible. We can negotiate because again, I'm working. Then I do my best to do a special office hour for everyone. Okay? Feel free to ask, feel free to make comments. When I write something, would you understand? My wife helped me with the grammar. But if I write something, because my wife was not here to correct me, if you see something, this preposition not okay, what does it mean? Call me. I won't be embarrassed if you help me with my grammar, okay, my English. Dimitri, what you say with that? It's not, I'm not understand. I can talk. I can send a message for you, explain better. So feel free to get in touch with me all the time, and I'm available. I'll be available for you all the time. Okay. So that's it. It was a pleasure to speak with you. Let me close this again. Now I can see everybody. So any questions? I'm fine with this option. Thanks. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, if you turn okay, we can go now. And then,
I have a question.
yes. Who's talking? Christina. Okay.
So we have a quiz on chapter 4 for next Monday.
Yeah, the next Monday. Yeah, that's it. Good question. The next Monday, for each chapter, I will do a short presentation, a short brief of the chapter. So we won't go to the chapter before I do the presentation. I like to make like to talk about the chapter. I make a presentation, and then we have the quiz. But you don't need to do the quiz for the next week. I'm totally open. For example, if you want to give all the quiz at the end of the midterm, it's okay. If you make before, it's fine. But you say to me, I'll do my quiz, but I cannot give the next week, no problem. We have until October to get all the quiz for this first bimester, and then plus the project. And then my idea is to make it easy for you. Some chapter has a lot of questions. I don't think I will use all the questions. I go over the questions, and I will select a few questions for you guys. Instead 8, I'll choose 3 questions. Because once again, I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of work. Because the main work is gonna be the project. But the quiz is important because you need to go over the chapter, because you use the skill of the book to apply in your projects. Okay? So for the next week, we'll talk about I will make a presentation about that, and then the quiz will be related to this chapter. And then I will upload the quiz. Because for this chapter, for example, let me see here, 122.
We can't hear you when you go over there.
I broke, okay. For this, we have, okay, chapter, we only have 4 questions. It's gonna be fine. But there's another chapter, I saw there's about 9 questions. I won't ask for the 9. I will make 4. I will choose the best I think is more important for you. Because once again, I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to overload you guys with a lot of quiz. I want to focus more in the project, okay?
And so what date is the quiz due by?
Once again, I'll show you here.
Mhm.
Good question. Let me see. There you go.
So you're saying that next week you'll
Yeah.
kind of tell us on the quiz, and then we take it after that?
Yeah. The question, I will upload the question this week, okay? Because I will start to prepare this chapter for the next week, August 31. Okay, as you can see here, October 19, I left for the midterm, for the kitchen, for the project, for the bathroom project. Because the next bimester will be dedicated to bathroom, as you can see here. Okay, from August 24 to October 19th, we will be totally dedicated to kitchen design. And from October 26th until December 12th, we'll be totally dedicated to bathroom design. And bathroom will be really easy because it's small, and then you did all this knowledge in the kitchen. So because I have these chapters here, these quizzes here, necessarily we don't need to give them the next week. If you hand in or upload the question the next week, it's okay. But you can give everything at the end of the bimester, like October 12 or even October 19. Because my problem is we need to grade you. We have a deadline to grade you guys. So don't pass this October 19th. Because now I'm not sure if the midterm will be October 19th. Once again, I split the semester in 2, and the October 19th is the middle. But I'll get in touch with my coordinator and ask when's gonna be the midterm, and when is gonna be the deadline for me to grade them.
Mhm.
And then if he said we need to grade until October 19th, try to make all the quiz before October 19th, because I need to grade before, okay?
And is the midterm the project, or is there a written midterm?
The midterm is gonna be the project of the kitchen design.
Okay.
Won't have any tests. Because in my class is more practical. As you can see, it's not a theoretical class.
Yeah.
It's a class where we have to develop a project.
Right.
So I won't put any tests. All the quizzes, it's not a test, just look and make the answers, but the heavy duty is gonna be the project. But once again, go simple, okay? Take the measurement now of your kitchen, start to make this construction plan, sketching with your hand. When you're comfortable, you can transfer for the AutoCAD or SketchUp, whatever. But for now, only the floor plan. But besides that, if you have a time during this week, go online and search for kitchen size and shapes. I'll post some materials for you guys in Canvas, and start to save images for your inspiration, okay? And then during this process too, I will talk about materials. I will talk about the difference between ceramic and porcelain, the difference between vinyl and laminate, what kind of paint we can use in the wall, what kind of, anyways, I'll talk about all the materials in regard to this. It'll be something really light, something really basic. As once again, I'm working at the Home Depot as flooring specialist for 3 years, and I'm still learning every day. So I won't overload a lot of information. Just show the basic. What's the difference between quartz and marble in countertop? What's the difference between when I can use porcelain and where I can use ceramic? I'll talk something really basic, maybe here in kitchen planning. So we have enough time to use this knowledge in your project. So as you can see, the plane is flying, and we have to land this plane without know how to fly this plane. But together, we will make this possible. Just talk, just give me ideas, questions, etc. I'm totally open, okay? Any more questions?
I just send you a message on WhatsApp.
Oh, really? Okay, thank you very much. I'll go there, use my cell phone, and then I will reply you. And then I can make a group
Yes.
called, I can call Fall 2020 or KNB 2020, and then everybody will be there. And then we can share, we can talk, we can make a work group, can make a discussion. It'll be really fun. So for you to understand, I have some kind of experience. About 10 years ago, I was working in my country in this trade school. And then in my country is divided in states, 27 states. I was from Rio de Janeiro state. And then I was coordinating 12 different designers in 12 different states for the same organization to work. And during 1 year, we wrote together a book to be launched for the furniture interior design sector. And then back at that time, we used Skype and email, and it worked really well. Every week I have a Skype meeting. Every week I send the test for them. This guy from this state will have to make this. The guy from that state will have to make this. The next week we send all the materials. So anyways, work really well. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And then it's not a problem because we're designer, we're creative, and we can resolve this really fast as long as we have a good communication, okay? And then I'll check the message in WhatsApp, and then I'll add you in my group and make a group, and then I'll be anxious waiting for the rest of the team join in the WhatsApp, okay? Any more questions? Okay. Any more questions? This is my daughter.
Well, I guess I'm trying to do WhatsApp. Is it WhatsApp Messenger that I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, it's a system in you download in your smartphone.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
And I put my number in, but how do I get connected to you?
because the WhatsApp automatically, if you add my telephone number in your telephone, you have to add my phone in your contact list. Because I already have WhatsApp. The WhatsApp in your telephone will recognize my account automatically. Will show my how to say my account. You don't need to you don't need to set up anything.
I see.
Just add my telephone. Again, let me show my telephone number for everybody. This is my telephone number. 805, 865, 3628. For Yamin, she needs to put, I think, 1 because it's the United States, right? And then let's make this group and we have fun. I will fix this, okay? It's not 2 a.m. It's 2 p.m. from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sorry about that. Okay, I have my homework for to do. I have to upload this material for the Canvas, and that's it. It was a pleasure to talk with you guys. And then I'll be anxious to meet you next Monday at 6 p.m. Or if somebody wants to go to office hours 2 p.m. from 4 p.m., I'll be available, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the class, for your participation, and see you there. Bye.
Have a good night.